We've referenced Agile development several times in previous modules and videos, but we've not really talked about what it is. So let's take a couple minutes and talk about it real quick. Agile development has been around for only about 20 years, which may seem like a lot of time, but given that we use either no method or one of the old-fashioned methods for 50 to 60 years, and some places still use those older methods, it makes Agile still relatively new, and a lot of people are afraid of it. Conversely, a lot of people will say that they're Agile, but they just throw a word into something instead of really doing it. This has given Agile a bad name in some circles and for some people. This is like how right now everyone seems to use artificial intelligence when they're really just using a couple of if-then type of statements. A few years ago, you might remember when everyone put E in front of every name so it could be part of the in crowd of e-commerce. However, in a true Agile development system, you will typically use an evolutionary process model, such as a spiral, where you measure your work in small increments, like a month or even a week. During that short time, a small team focuses just on a few features. Different Agile systems have different methods and processes. However, the focus is on finding issues quickly and resolving them. Likewise, as with the team software process, one of the goals is to have development teams be self-directed. A major advantage of Agile programming is that it flattens the cost of change. This is the idea that changes that occur during planning don't take a lot of time or money to make. In standard development practices, the earlier a change can be detected and made, the easier it is. Conversely, changing something to an existing system that's almost completed could require rewriting, rewiring, etc., major parts, and could be very expensive, both from a monetary standpoint as well as from a time standpoint. Think about designing a house. Revising the blueprints before anything has been built is cheap and easy. It's the cost of some ink to reprint and the cost of a little bit of time to decide what changes you want to make. However, once that foundation has been poured, it can be real expensive to move the kitchen or add on an additional room. In Agile development, because you start developing earlier, before even all the requirements are gathered, one might think it's more expensive, i.e. harder to make some changes. However, Agile development has built into it the concept of allowing for changes. And if we go back to thinking about building maintainable software, one of the things is how easy is it to make changes. So therefore, with Agile development, using the right processes, it's easier at the tail end of the project because you're already used to making that constant states of requirements gathering and constant state of making the appropriate changes.